Hi everyone, this is Larry the Barberman here in Newport Beach. I'm at the Newport Dunes RV park. The reason I'm here, I'm doing a US tour or a Californian tour where I'm going around interviewing barbers in the Californian area. Now, for those of you that don't know me, I am the founder of a YouTube channel called Barbers.tv, where I share useful tips and tricks for barbers on how they can increase the performance of their hair clippers. I also have a series of barbers interviews on that channel too. Now, this tour actually came about while I was thinking about two different things at the same time. One, I was thinking about my trip to the US, which I was originally coming here for to attend a training course. Secondly, I was thinking of innovative ways that I could change up my web series a little bit with my interviews. So I was thinking of getting a motorhome stroke RV in the UK to travel around to see the barber shops, owing to the fact that anyone who's been interviewed by me will know that I ask you two things. When can we do the interview? Can we do it in the morning before your shop opens, or can we do it in the evening when your shop closes? The reason I want to do this is to avoid the noise of hair clippers in the background and hair dryers, which invariably come on at the very worst time during the interview. So I thought if I was to travel around in an RV stroke motorhome, that would give me the freedom to turn up to the barber shop and invite them into the RV and interview them that way. So that's how this whole trip came around. Background into myself, in case you don't know my background. 3 years ago I was a wedding photographer whilst on a 4-day assignment in Miami for a dear friend of mine. I actually did her wedding photos. I left my assignment, if you like, to go and purchase a pair of American hair trimmers. I love the performance of them. They cut my hair super close, super quick, super tight. I brought them back to the UK and they didn't work. So I was looking for a pair of, or a transformer to operate these clippers, and I couldn't find one anywhere. So then I started ringing up the clipper manufacturers to find out why the clippers were making such a horrific noise and why they wouldn't work and why the performance. And then I used my electronic qualification, which I think I procured about 20 years ago, to develop the frequency 60 Hertz converter. And then on the back end of the success of that, I basically developed this web series to bring barbers closer together for one and give them the required knowledge they need to make their clippers work better and last longer. So that's my background. I'm here today to give you an introduction and a summary of where I'm at with my tour. I'm on day 6. Day 1 was quite dramatic. I got into LAX airport at 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 hours before getting into LAX, on the plane, the whole plane lit up. The captain made an announcement asking if anybody on board had medical experience, as a woman was having a seizure. Her poor husband had to console 5 kids that frantically thought that their mother was going to die at any point, and to be fair, it looked very close. Cutting a long story short, when I was waiting for my Uber, I saw the lady had been wheeled out to her family car in a wheelchair, so thank God she lived to tell the tale, and there was a happy ending to it. So that was 2 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get the RV. So I picked the RV up. When I picked the RV up, I had to make my way swiftly to an open car park to practice how to drive a 32-foot RV, as I've never driven anything like this before in my life. I've never been on a caravan holiday. I've never done anything of the sort in my life. I think the saving grace is my father's haulier. So maybe when I was a kid, I picked up a few, tips and tricks without even knowing on how to drive. So I spent 3 hours learning how to maneuver the bus, my blind spots, how far out the back's going to swing, how tall the actual vehicle is, where my blind spots are at the front. There's a lot to learn when driving this, so that's what I did on day 2. Day 3, I attended my actual training course that I was here to attend. Day 4, I liaised with the sign man that were putting on the signs of all my sponsor, Barbers Envy, Barbers Inc., JLR, new clipper company making big waves in the clipper industry, Champs Barbers, Follow My Clippers, and Ruzel UK, as well as Barber Envy. So I had to get these put on. Again, this was quite a challenging thing, as it looks quite simplistic, but it's quite involved. That's the first time I've ever done that. Day 5, I put the signs on. I attempted to do some myself, failed miserably, so I had to get the gentleman to put them on himself. I actually went to visit Brian Burt. All you guys probably heard or seen Brian Burt. Huge character, huge face in the barber industry. Went to see him to set up an interview for Saturday morning. After leaving Brian, I made my way up to an RV park in Malibu. I have a shameful admission, I did have a slight crash in the UV. The sun was in my eyes and I was trying to adjust the sun visor, and then I found myself in the back of a gentleman's car. Luckily it was at kind of rolling speed, so there was no damage. So yes, so Malibu Beach, that's where I stayed. A gorgeous RV park. I must go back there because it was quite rushed. I kind of got there, slept, and then I was up the crack of dawn again to make my way back to Brian on the Saturday morning to go and interview Brian. He gave me a great interview. Not only did I interview Brian, I interviewed his current boss, a gentleman named Omar. Very successful barbershop. He's got some innovative ways of keeping his staff in tip-top condition. He's got innovative ways of enhancing his customers' experience, and I have to say his shop is to me, it's almost like a hospital. It's that clean in there. I mean, the whole thing is spotless. I mean, I would go to the point where if someone hadn't trodden on the spot, you could actually eat your food off of his floor. So that's another great interview. I'd strongly advise that you look out for in my web series. After leaving those guys, I made my way to a place called Artisa. I went to visit Diego, the owner of the House of Bades. Diego's a barber battle champion. He's a shop owner. He has his own app. He has his own products. He's an ambassador for a number of brands. So I will be interviewing Diego tomorrow evening. I'll be interviewing Diego. It's Sunday here. I'm kind of a little bit tired and a little bit jet lagged because, you know, I've just landed here and my brain hasn't had that time to shut down because of everything that I've had to do. So yeah, it's Sunday. I'm on the beach. I'm going to chill out, or try and chill out, have a good day, prepare for Diego tomorrow. So to all you guys back in the UK and from around the world, I wish you well. Have a nice Sunday. I thank all my sponsors for making this trip possible, and I will see you guys on my next video, which I should be publishing in a couple of days. Failing that, you will see all of the interviews that I've carried out in the US and the pictures on Instagram. So for now, Larry the Barberman in Newport, California. Peace. I'm out of here.